Hey, what's up guys? So I have decided to do a new weekly installment where I will look at the previous week's homework, see which concepts we've struggled with the most, and then post videos showing a couple of problems from that concept. Luckily for me, WebAssign here gathers a lot of data for me, so I can just use this class insights that I have available to me. I don't think you guys will have it available. But I can scroll down here and see that we have a couple of concepts that need work from week 2, all right, the week 2 homework assignment. So one is problem solving and one is the least common multiple and greatest common factor, LCM and GCF. So we'll start here on this video with problem solving. And I can see here that from the length of this red bar, since it is the longest, this is the problem that the majority of us struggled with. So this is where we will start. Okay, so in this problem we are supposed to refer to the given table. Well, let's kind of study the table a little bit and understand what we can find in each row, that's running horizontally, left to right, and each column, that's running vertically, up and down. So what we have here in our very first column is two different years, 2009 and 2010. And then as we move to the right, we see a total number of sets of twins born in that year. Next column is the total number of sets of triplets. Next column is the total number of sets of quadruplets. So more or less what our table is telling us is how many sets of twins, triplets, and quadruplets were born in the 2 years 2009 and 2010. So for part A, it says find the total number of children born in a twin, triplet, or quadruplet birth for the year of 2010. So a couple of important things to note here, guys. Notice that in part A, we're only interested in the year 2010, meaning that we're only going to be interested here in row number 2. Okay, the data we see up here in row number 1 only pertains to the year 2009. That's going to come here in part B. All right, the other word that I want to point out in this first part is the word or. So notice it says we want to find the total number of children born in a twin, triplet, or quadruplet birth, meaning that it could be any of those. They can be twins, or they can be triplets, or they can be quadruplets. In other words, we need to sum up, S-U-M, sum up or add together all of these different types of births. Twin births, triplet births, and quadruplet births for the year 2010. So I'll highlight that row again. And let's figure out how many children were born in those sets. Got a calculator up here. So let's add up our numbers here. First off, the number of sets of twins, 132,562, plus the number of sets of triplets, 5,508. Plus the number of sets of quadruplets, 315. And that will tell us the total number of children that were born as twins, triplets, or quadruplets in 2010. 138,385. Make sure I got that copy down correctly. 138,385. Very good. All right. So now we need to do the same thing here for part B. Find the total number of children born in a twin, triplet, or quadruplet birth. This time for the other year, the year 2009. So now we're going to ignore row number 2 and only concentrate here on row number 1, which is the 2009 row. So we've got twins, triplets, quadruplets. Let's get the calculator back out. So the number of twins, 137,213, plus the number of triplets, 5,909, plus the number of quadruplets, 357. So that is going to be 143,479. Okay, so now on to part C. It says, in which year were more children born in these ways? So remember part A, we found the total number of children that were born as a set of twins, triplets, or quadruplets for 2010. In part B, we found the number of children born as twins, triplets, or quadruplets for 2009. Part C says, which year had more children born in those ways? In other words, which of these two numbers is larger? Well, we don't have to really look at the entire number. If we want to, we can just look at the number of hundreds of thousands. So here we have 138,000 children, a little bit more than that. Down here we have 143,000. So which is larger, 138 or 143? Hopefully we said that 143,000 is larger than 148,000. So our answer to part B, correlating to the year 2009, was the larger of the two values. And then finally it says how many more children are born in 2009 than 2010. So now we want to find the difference. All right, we want to subtract these two numbers. Now you're going to want to subtract the smaller value from the larger value so that you end up with a positive answer in the end. However, if you do it the other way around, you'll just need to change your negative value to a positive value, because we can't have a negative number of children. It has to be a positive number. So we want to take our larger number, which should still be stored in my calculator here, 143,479, and from this number we are going to subtract the smaller of the two values, which is 138,385. And that gives us a difference of 5,094 children. Wrong text box. 5,094. All right. And then we could just submit our answer, but since I'm just looking at an example problem, if I hit submit answer, nothing will happen. It won't tell me if I'm right or wrong. It actually just clears out all of my answers. I can show you here. Make sure you get these written down. So if I hit submit answer, unfortunately, no grading happens. Everything just disappears. So we'll just have to trust each other. If you guys think that I made an error, please let me know in my video. Of course, I will make errors throughout the year. I am only human. I'll always do my best, though, to keep my work error-free. All right. Let's take a look at one more question here. So this was the most commonly missed. This problem here was the next most commonly missed. Let's take a look at it. So for this problem, it says an interior decorator purchased a painting for $95, a sofa for $225, a chair for $275, and an end table for $155. The tax was $60 and the delivery was $75. If she paid for the furniture with $20 bills, how many bills were needed? So anytime you're answering a word question, guys, it's always good to find the question in the question. So here is kind of the question statement, right? They're always going to start with things like how many or how much or how often, right? So we want to figure out how many $20 bills were needed. Well, first off, if we're going to figure out how many bills she needs, we need to figure out how much money she's going to spend in total. So let's get out that calculator again, and let's add up all of her purchases. So she purchased a painting for $95, plus she purchased a sofa for $225, plus she purchased a chair for $275, plus she purchased an end table for $155. So her total purchases come to $750. Do not forget, though, there was a tax of $60 and a delivery fee of $75. So that's going to get tacked on as well. So we spent a total of $750 on merchandise, plus we were taxed $60. We're now up to $810, plus $75 for delivery, which brings us to our grand total of $885. So we now know the total amount of money she needs to spend in order to get all of these things delivered to her. $885. So we're going to pay in just $20 bills. So by taking this $885 and dividing it by 20, it'll tell us how many bills that will take. So it would take 44.25 $20 bills. Now obviously we don't want to pull out a pair of scissors and cut a quarter of a $20 bill. We're just going to have to pay with 45 $20 bills. We will pay with 45 $20 bills. Let's bring the calculator back up. Okay, so now how much money did we pay if we paid in 45 bills? Well, first off, let's remember what our total was here. Alright, so remember our total is 885. We can write that over here. We have 885. This was our total. Okay. And we paid with 45 $20 bills. So let's go into our calculator and figure out how much money we spent. 45 $20 bills. That's $900. Alright. So we paid with $900. So if we take a look here at the last part of the question, it says, how much would you receive back in change? Alright, well, we're paying with 45 $20 bills, which is $900, and our total due is $885. So from this $900, we're going to have to subtract $885 to see how much the cashier owes us back. So our calculator, take 900, subtract 885, and we will get $15. We should receive $15 in change back here. Alright, so we put that in as our answer, and we should be good to go. Okay guys, so that was problem solving on the week 2 homework. Hopefully this video helped for those of you that were looking for a little bit more aid. If not, just message me, call me, text me. We'll try to figure out plan B. Thanks for watching. See ya.